Atomic Habits, An Easy and Proven Way to Build Good Habits and Break Bad Ones, by James Clear, Creating Successful Habits Through Environment Design and Habit Stacking. This passage discusses the importance of environment design and habit stacking in creating successful habits. The author explains that habit stacking involves pairing a new habit with an existing habit, while environment design focuses on creating obvious cues in your surroundings to trigger desired behaviors. The passage emphasizes the need to select the right cue for habit stacking and highlights the importance of frequency and specificity in cue selection. The author also provides examples of habit stacking and suggests brainstorming a list of current habits to find the best triggers for new habits. The passage then shifts to discussing the power of environment in shaping human behavior. It explains that our habits are context-dependent and influenced by the cues in our surroundings. The author cites examples of how changes in the environment, such as rearranging drinks in a cafeteria or placing stickers in urinals, can lead to significant shifts in behavior. The passage also highlights the role of vision as the most powerful human sensory ability and emphasizes the importance of visual cues in influencing behavior. Furthermore, the passage explores the concept of context as a cue for habits. It explains that habits become associated with the entire context surrounding the behavior rather than a single trigger. The author suggests that training oneself to link a particular habit with a specific context can make it easier to change habits. The passage also suggests that changing environments can facilitate habit change by eliminating competing cues and biases. It concludes by encouraging readers to redesign their environments and create separate spaces for different activities to enhance habit formation and behavior change. Building better habits, the power of identity. Change. This passage from Atomic Habits discusses the importance of identity in building lasting habits. The author explains that there are two types of habits: outcome-based habits and identity-based habits. Outcome-based habits focus on achieving a specific goal, while identity-based habits focus on becoming the type of person who can achieve that goal. The author emphasizes that true behavior change is identity change, and that small habits can make a meaningful difference in shaping one's identity. The passage also highlights the role of beliefs in shaping behavior. The author explains that behind every system of actions are a system of beliefs, and that behavior incongruent with one's self-identity will not last. The author provides examples of how beliefs can hinder or support habit change, such as someone who believes they are bad with directions or not a morning person. The passage emphasizes the importance of unlearning and continuously editing one's beliefs to become the best version of oneself. It concludes by outlining a two-step process for changing one's identity and building better habits. The first step is to decide the type of person one wants to be, and the second step is to prove it to oneself with small wins. The author explains that habits are the path to changing one's identity, and that each habit is a vote for the type of person one wishes to become. The passage emphasizes that habits matter because they help individuals become the type of person they want to be, and that habits can change one's beliefs about oneself. Unlocking the power of habits, the plateau of latent potential, and the importance of systems. This passage discusses the concept of the plateau of latent potential, where progress may seem slow or non-existent until a critical threshold is crossed, leading to a breakthrough. The author uses examples such as cancer growth and bamboo growth to illustrate this pattern. The passage also highlights the challenge of building habits that last, as people often give up when they don't see immediate results. However, the author emphasizes the importance of persisting through the plateau of latent potential to achieve meaningful change. The passage then introduces the idea of focusing on systems rather than goals. It explains that goals are about the desired outcomes, while systems are about the processes that lead to those outcomes. The author argues that focusing on systems is more effective for long-term progress and success. The passage also addresses common problems with goal setting, such as the fact that winners and losers often have the same goals, achieving a goal only brings temporary change, goals can restrict happiness, and goals can be at odds with long-term progress. Finally, the passage introduces the concept of atomic habits, which are small habits that are part of a larger system. The author explains that habits are the building blocks of remarkable results, and that focusing on identity-based habits, where one aligns their habits with their desired identity, can lead to lasting change. The passage concludes by emphasizing the importance of understanding the three layers of behavior change: outcomes, processes, and identity, and the need to focus on identity-based habits for lasting transformation. The four laws of behavior: change, cue, craving, response, and reward. This passage discusses the four stages of behavior change: cue, craving, response, and reward. It explains that all behavior is driven by the desire to solve a problem, whether it is obtaining something good or relieving pain. The passage provides examples of how these stages play out in real life, such as grabbing your phone to read a text message or biting your nails when feeling stressed. It also highlights the importance of understanding these stages in order to create good habits and break bad ones. The passage then introduces the four laws of behavior change, which are a set of rules for creating good habits and breaking bad ones. The first law is to make it obvious, the second is to make it attractive, the third is to make it easy, and the fourth is to make it satisfying. These laws can be inverted to break bad habits, such as making it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. The passage emphasizes that these laws apply to various fields and challenges and can be used to change any behavior. The passage also discusses the importance of awareness in changing habits. It explains that habits often become automatic and non-conscious, making it difficult to notice and question them. The passage introduces the concept of the habit scorecard, which is a simple exercise to become more aware of one's habits. It encourages categorizing habits as good, bad, or neutral based on their long-term benefits and their alignment with one's desired identity. The passage concludes by emphasizing the need to observe habits without judgment or criticism in order to initiate behavior change. The role of family and friends in shaping your habits. This passage discusses the role of family and friends in shaping our habits. It begins by sharing the story of Laszlo Polgar, a Hungarian man who believed that anyone could become a genius in any field with deliberate practice and the development of good habits. He tested this belief by raising his children to become chess prodigies through homeschooling, constant practice, and competition. The passage then goes on to explain the concept of temptation bundling, which involves linking an action we want to do with an action we need to do. This strategy makes our habits more attractive and increases the likelihood of them becoming ingrained. The passage concludes by emphasizing the importance of making habits attractive and the role of dopamine in motivating our actions. The power of social influence in shaping our behavior. This passage discusses the influence of social factors on our behavior and habits. It explains that we are motivated to imitate the behaviors of high-status individuals and social groups that we admire in order to gain approval, respect, and praise. We also avoid behaviors that would lower our status. The passage uses the example of the Polgar sisters, chess prodigies, who practiced for many hours each day because their culture valued and praised their efforts. The passage emphasizes that the culture we live in determines which behaviors are attractive to us. We tend to adopt habits that are praised and approved of by our culture because we have a strong desire to fit in and belong. The passage also highlights that we imitate the habits of three social groups: the close, family and friends; the many, the tribe; and the powerful, those with status and prestige. To build better habits, the passage suggests joining a culture where our desired behavior is the norm and where we already have something in common with the group. It also mentions that the normal behavior of the tribe often overpowers the desired behavior of the individual. The passage concludes by stating that if a behavior can get us approval, respect, and praise, we find it attractive, automating good habits and making them satisfying. This passage discusses the importance of automating good habits and making them satisfying in order to create lasting behavior change. The author emphasizes the power of one-time actions that can lead to better long-term habits. These actions, such as buying a water filter or enrolling in an automatic savings plan, require initial effort but deliver increasing value over time. The author also highlights the role of technology in automating habits and making them easier to maintain. By utilizing commitment devices, strategic one-time decisions, and technology, individuals can create an environment that guarantees good habits. The passage also explores the concept of making habits satisfying. The author shares examples of how positive sensory feedback, such as the pleasant smell and lather of soap, can make a behavior more enjoyable and increase the likelihood of repetition. Pleasure teaches the brain that a behavior is worth remembering and repeating. The passage also discusses the importance of immediate satisfaction in a society that is predominantly focused on delayed rewards. The human brain is wired to prioritize instant gratification, and this tendency can sometimes lead to unhealthy habits. By understanding how the brain evaluates rewards, individuals can make conscious choices to prioritize long-term benefits over immediate satisfaction. Overall, the passage emphasizes the importance of automating good habits and making them satisfying in order to create lasting behavior change. By utilizing technology, commitment devices, and strategic one-time decisions, individuals can make it easier to stick to positive behaviors. The power of habit. Tracking how to stick with good habits. Every day. This passage discusses the concept of habit tracking and how it can improve behavior change. The author explains that habit tracking creates a visual cue that reminds individuals to act on their goals. Research has shown that people who track their progress on goals are more likely to improve. Additionally, habit tracking keeps individuals honest about their behavior and helps them notice what is really going on each day. It also provides motivation and satisfaction by showing progress and serving as a reminder of how far one has come. The passage also addresses the challenges of habit tracking and provides tips to make it easier, such as automating measurement and limiting manual tracking to important habits. The passage concludes by emphasizing the need to observe habits without judgment or criticism in order to initiate behavior change. The power of reflection and review, how small changes lead to lasting results. This passage discusses the concept of continuous behavioral improvement, CBE, and how it was implemented by the Los Angeles Lakers basketball team. CBE focuses on making small improvements each day, not just in terms of points or statistics, but also in terms of effort and unsung hero deeds. The Lakers used a CBE number to measure each player's performance and compared it to their past performances and those of other players in the league. The team also emphasized year-over-year progress by comparing CBE data from different seasons. The passage also highlights the importance of reflection and review in achieving long-term improvement. Athletes like Eliud Kipchoge and Katie Ledecky use reflection and review to analyze their training and performance, while comedian Chris Rock takes notes on his jokes to refine his material. Executives and investors also use reflection and review to evaluate their decisions and learn from their mistakes. The passage concludes by emphasizing the need for continuous improvement and the power of small habits. It states that success is not a goal to reach, but a system to improve. By making small, sustainable changes and constantly refining habits, individuals can achieve lasting results. Creating attractive habits, the power of temptation, bundling, social norms, and status. This passage discusses the second law of behavior change, which is to make habits attractive. It explains that the more attractive an opportunity is, the more likely it is to become habit-forming. Habits are driven by dopamine, and it is the anticipation of a reward that motivates us to take action. The passage introduces the concept of temptation bundling, which involves pairing an action we want to do with an action we need to do, making the habit more attractive. It emphasizes that engineering an irresistible habit can be achieved by connecting it with something you already desire. The passage then explores the role of family, friends, and social norms in shaping our habits. It tells the story of Laszlo Polgar, who believed that anyone could become a genius in any field through deliberate practice and good habits. He raised his children to become chess prodigies, and they achieved remarkable success in the field. The passage highlights the importance of the culture we live in and how it determines which behaviors are attractive to us. We tend to adopt habits that are praised and approved of by our culture because we have a strong desire to fit in and belong to the tribe. The passage also discusses the influence of social groups such as the close, family and friends, the many, the tribe, and the powerful, those with status and prestige, on our habits. It suggests that joining a culture where your desired behavior is the norm and finding common ground with the group can make habits more attractive. Finally, the passage touches on the causes of bad habits and how to find and fix them. It shares a personal anecdote about being in Turkey and observing the influence of friends on smoking habits. It suggests that social influence plays a significant role in the formation of habits. The passage concludes by emphasizing the importance of understanding the causes of bad habits and finding ways to address them in order to create positive change.